Peace and blessings, peace and blessings. As you see, yeah, full moon. Yes, sir. The Sabbath ended 24 hours. Yes, sir. Always be in tune with the Sabbath and doing God's work. Yes, sir. It's a blessing, you know. So now that you know those that you know who respected on God's work, now you can move around your flesh desires. Well, understanding your flesh desires, just like with us. You know, saying like, well, grab your spouse, get off the couch. Week 3 begin. You know, Sunday is the first day of the week. So as we know that Sunday is the first day of the week. So yes, sir. See it through the trees, though. They're gonna walk with Christ, repent and vent. You know, stretch them legs. Yes, sir. Oh, gee. Go. Yes, sir. Well, like I said, as we see, it's the full moon. A lot of people get that mixed up with the new moon as well, too. And with the full moon, we know we're in the middle of the month now. You know, you see the new moon on the 1st, and you see the new moon on the 15th. Let you know that we're in the middle of the month. And this is how we tell our days in the month, by the moon. Peace and blessings, how you be? It really don't matter where I'm at, my good brother. You know, as long as that you see the moon. You know? Yeah. It's full moon, you know? I hope that everybody respected the Sabbath as well, too. You know, sundown to sundown. Just let you know that the Sabbath just ended as well. So this is the first day of the week. So this day 15. You know, some of you start back over saying, you know, it's the first day of the week. But it's day 15. So, yes, sir. So now it's about that time for those who 50 and up. You know, join us this week, Sunday to Thursday. You know, sundown to sundown, you already know that's the first day the day start at night. Especially when it come down to biblical time. You know, and tell us that in Genesis. You feel me? So right now, as you see, walking with Christ, repenting and venting. Is, you know, getting a little exercise, about to start an exercise. You know, had to respect the Sabbath and wait till the sundown. So now, as you see, I'm with my boy. Yes, sir. Yeah, you know, I'm just walking and looking at the moon. Yes, sir. Well, peace and blessings. He said, oh yeah, okay. So it's 6 o'clock here. So you must be on the other side of the world. You know, but peace and blessings to you. What's that, Sabakin? My bad if I chop your name up. Yeah, you must be on the other side of the world. Yes, sir. Because it's it's turned 6 o'clock here. So as you see, this is how we start our week off. You know, we got finished doing God's work. Now it's time to finish getting in tune with the cleanse and the detox of this month. You know, start your resolution. Hey, peace and blessings. How you be? Start your resolution right now. Resolution 25. Go use the bathroom. We already in the middle of the month. Today the 15th. So since today the 15th, we got 16 more days. So I hope that, you know, everybody cleanse, detox themselves. Make amends that, you know, you might have clashed with in 24. Ask for forgiveness through prayer. You know, and that's how we do God's work. You know, you have to make amends. And if you're not making amends, you know, they'll let you know that you ain't willing to forgive. So you got to forgive those as well, too. You know, if you want the Father to forgive you, you got to forgive those as well. You get what I'm saying? So, don't come in 25 bitter, you know, angry, holding grudges, you know. Don't come in on 25 with none of that. You feel me? So this is why we do what we do. You know, that's one lap. Yes, sir. So like I said, when it's the Sabbath, you can't exercise on the Sabbath. And then the more that you keep on strengthening yourself, and I'm just saying strengthen yourself, you'll strengthen your world of imperfections, you stop doing the things which you used to do, and you start keeping the commandments and, you know, deprogramming yourself from the paganism as well too. And I hope those that when it come down to this pagan holiday Christmas, don't be in tune with none of that stuff. You know, stop passing that down to your family generation of talking about a Santa Claus. You know, let them know about the story of the God of Israel and how he had his son, Christ and Savior, who's over here, who sacrificed for us, you know. That's the story that we should be talking about. You know, besides all the paganism, you know, man-made holidays. You know, saying like we're religion. It's time for y'all to cut them ties off and start picking this Bible up and get your own instructions. And after you get your own instructions, that's when you have that faith structure. You know? So hopefully things that, you know, will go good in your life as well. So yeah, you see the full moon, and we just cranking up our about to start off our routine. So right now, just walking. Got my boy on my side, and you know, made sure that the sun was down. Make sure every time, you know, when the Sabbath, make sure it get dark, and that's when you can start your day. You feel me? So, and that's why I said, like, those on that biblical time, we already know that once the sun go down like around 5:30, we still got 6 hours before 12 o'clock. As those that, you know, who's on a Roman Greco time. And the Roman Greco had people thinking that, you know, the day started at night at 12 o'clock, at midnight, and it don't. The day started when the sun go down. That's a new day. And the Bible tells us that. You just have to be in tune with it. You know, just like with this moon. You know, book of Genesis 1 through 14, Genesis 1, 14 to 19, tell us about the moon, the stars, and the sun, and how we can tell time and things, dealing with the sun and the moon and the stars, So you just have to put that work in on understanding God's word. And this is what the world is lacking. Putting God's words into their life existed, besides flesh want to do Deuteronomy 4:2, change his words and add into his words. And it says in the Bible we can't do that. Yes, sir. So I just want to come out here, walk with Christ, repent, and vent at the same time. So today is day 15, Royalty Purple, Royalty Day. Always be in tune with your spouse, your kids, all that. That's where structure come in at, is at your house. And once that you have that structure in the house, that's when you use the Bible for the instructions, where everybody can be on one accord. You feel me? And that's how we do God's work, having everybody in the house on one accord. So I said, like right now, we walking with Christ, warming these legs up. Like I said, your health structures routine start Sunday to Thursday. So those who 50 and up, join us as well, members only. Yeah. Ooh, slap on. That was 2. One more, make a mile. That's how we starting off. That's how we starting our week off. Yes, sir. Yes, yes. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. How you be? As you see the full moon, and I'm out here walking a mile, walking with Christ, repenting, venting, starting the week off. Always feeling blessed, doing God's work as usual. And y'all started y'all week off as well. This week 3. So we got 2 more weeks left in this year. So start your resolution now. Whatever that what you need to change with yourself, start it now. You don't have to wait on the first. Prepare yourself now for you be conditioned. Say what condition yourself by doing God's work, picking up that Bible. Start now with your family. And this is what the world is lacking. The world is lacking faith structure. The world is up under this abomination and want flesh to guide them with their own salvation. You got to put your salvation in your own hands. You can't rely on those that who call themselves in the truth, because your destiny is your own destiny. Everybody's destiny is different. So that's why we got to get out here and sacrifice. There's nothing wrong with you planting seeds with those that like-minded, but at the same time, your destiny is your destiny. That's your salvation. So put God in your life, and always understand that Christ sacrificed himself. And this was the same time when Christ had resurrected. He resurrected on a Saturday, and everybody else saw him Sunday morning. You get what I'm saying? And that's what we're going to talk about as well in a Bible study, the word of the day. I mean, I always do this after the Sabbath. Well, not always, I just started to do it. When I get to the Sabbath, I love to add Christ in there for people can understand that, Christ had died. He died on that Wednesday and came back 3 days later, as the Bible tells us. And he risen on the Sabbath, as I said, as it began to dawn. You feel me? So, but this is why we always have to be in tune with God's words, but we can get the better understanding of his words, for we can keep his commandments and living in our life and spread that good motivation with our family members too. Peace and blessings. Hey, you see the sun? I said the sun. See the moon back there? Want to hit that back picture with the moon in the back. You feel me? Got that blood pumping. You know, like I said, we starting off now. Starting off with a walk with the cardio. Then after that, I'm gonna crank up the routine. You know, hopefully that the wife is ready. It is grab your spots and get off the couch. And, you know, stretch the legs out. That's how we start off our week. You know, and I advise those as well too who's married. You know, be in tune with your vows, just like the commandments. You know, always uplift each other, because when you're married, you as one. When you're just in a regular conversation, you know, you can come and go as you want. You know, but as you married, everything is as one. So that's when you move as a unit. And I recommend those that, you know, who's out here, you know, start playing house and be that foundation if you got kids in the house. You know, because that's what the world is like. It's a man and a woman in the house. That's why there's so much abomination out here, because we don't have no structure, because we always have maybe just one parent in the house. You know, it could be male or female. You know, just can't just say just woman. It could be both male or female. You know, handle their responsibility with their kids. You know, so this is why we have to show that structure with our kids and sit them down so they can understand Bible instructions. Oh, that's lap 3. That's gonna be the last one. Then I think I'm gonna go to the park. I'm gonna do some pull-ups. I ain't been to the park in a minute, so I think I'm gonna do some pull-ups. And my wife is not looking forward to stretching right now. You know, and that's one thing as well too when you're married. You know, like I say, everything got to be on one accord. Because I'm motivated right now. You know, you always got to be in tune with the next person. You can't force someone to do things. You get what I'm saying? That's when conflicts come in. So that's why you always got to be on one accord on everything that you do. You know, so that's why it's always good to talk in a relationship. You know, see what might be triggering that person off. Because if you don't listen to your significant other and let you know that you're controlling things in your relationship, nobody should control in a relationship. It's supposed to be equal. You know, say just like how we had this relationship serving the Father. You know, you can't just say, my God. That sounds selfish. You know, it's God for everyone. As long as that you had that relationship, you know, serving, you want everybody else to serve as well too. Besides saying my God. And then once you hear people saying my God, you have to understand a lot of people are up under paganism. So you got to ask them, what's your God's name? And if everybody read the same Bible, we already know God is the God of Israel. And we should already know his name. And the same with the Messiah. You feel me? So we have to start correcting ourselves as well. And then you got to start deprogramming yourself with that paganism, Christ. Because once again, they never described no white Christ in the Bible. You know, Revelations 1, 14 and 15 describe him. Say it like with Daniel. Described him in chapter 10. You feel me? So we have to understand that, flesh got to stop taking from God words and adding. And this is why you see all these debates and things like on YouTube, or people out here contradicting the word, because man just keep on trying to change God's words and make his own words carnal. And God's words is not carnal. God's words is the spirit, the fruits of the spirit. And that's why a lot of people's not in tune with their faith structure, because they're not in the fruits of the spirits. They're still in their carnal flesh desire. So, and once you understand Galatians 5:19 and 21 tells you about your flesh desires, and that's not going to inherit the kingdom of God, that's what you should be correcting. And that's when you work on Galatians 5:22 and 23 when it comes down to the fruits of the spirit. You feel me? Because I always say this, we're not on here to be nobody's friend. That's easy to be somebody's friend in flesh desires. That's why people be envious. We love to be brothers and sisters of those who's in the fruits of the spirit. And we all on the same accord about serving without being judgmental. That's the big difference. You feel me? So, hey. Yes, sir. Over here. Come on, over here. Over here. Because I don't have your collar on. And things like this, I don't mind seeing colors and things, but it don't have to be during a pagan holiday. And that's what a lot of people be doing when it come down to, you see people having Christmas trees all in the window, lights, and all that, but not once a person's not serving Father how they should be serving, because it tells us about no paganism. And a lot of people don't understand that is paganism. Man came and created this Thanksgiving, Halloween, and that's Christmas. And I still say, how would y'all like to see some old man coming down? Get over here. Coming down your chimney, somebody get toys for your kids. That just don't sound right. So, we see those out here got these pedophile tendencies. We see people always in their lower desires. That this is what we see on YouTube, out here in the world. Everybody's selling their soul. But besides, over here, besides correcting their soul. So this is why the world just be lacking, things that they should be changing within. So yes. All right. Man, I was on 23 minutes in, and I enjoyed that one. It's 6:27. Yes, sir. Blessing from heaven. Yes, sir. Just got finished walking with Christ, repenting and venting. They saw the full moon. We starting our week off motivated, like always. And this is how everybody should be. So one more time before I go in. One more time. Over here. One more time before I go in. See that moon through the trees. Yes, that's that full moon. And I'm going to read a scripture, and then I'm going to end this, and I feel like going to do some pull-ups. I don't feel like doing them in the house, though. You feel me? I feel like being outside for a minute. Yes, sir. Whew. Like 25 degrees. But hey, that's that up north exposure. Come on up north and get some of this up north exposure. Whew. All right. Yes. That was I just walked 4 laps. 3 laps is a mile. And once again, deprogrammed for being programmed. Starting the week off Sunday to Thursday. For those that who have health issues, who's 50 and up, join this members only. And I'm gonna close out with this, dealing with the full moon. Whew, yes, sir. Man, my blood is but my heart is racing. Always give yourself a walk. That's that good cardio. We all need that. All right, Genesis 1. And I'm gonna start with 3. And it said, and God said, let there be light, and there was light. And as we know that the light, what it said, and God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. So, during the day, we know that's, light, and then at night it's dark, And the evening and the morning were the first day. And, and it's saying when it comes down, like I said, from sundown to sundown, that's 24 hours. That's a full day. So if we know that the sun go down at 5:30 on today, 5:30 tomorrow, that's what 24 hours. I don't do no halves, no 12 hours. I don't do that 6 in the morning to 12, no, I don't do none of that. I used to. That's how I first started off with the fasting. But after you graduate yourself, elevate, your fast just start, from sundown to sundown, So just build yourself up for those who do burnouts as well, This whole month, cleanse yourself, detox yourself. That's what we all need to do. 14 says, and God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heavens to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years. And that's what the moon is about. And we have to understand as well, too, when we say month mean moon. When every time you hear say first month, a lot of people get that kind of confusing when they see it in the Bible say, well, the first month of the moon, that means, it's not mean January, things like that. That means, the first moon, just like the new moon always be on the first, and the full moon on the 15th. But a lot of people get that confusing as well, be saying it's the new moon as well on the 15th. You feel me? But like I said, when you see the new moon on the first, that let you know that's the new moon. When you see it on the 15th, that let you know we're in the middle of the month. When you see the full moon like right now, and then once we get like towards the end of the month, we're gonna get back into the crescent. And then once you see the crescent, and then the crescent gonna turn back to the new moon like around the 31st. You get what I'm saying? And that's where the new moon began once again. So that's where 14 tells us about let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years. Just don't be that person using the moons and the stars and the suns for witchcraft and things like that. We don't have to do all that, but that a lot of people is doing, do that. Say just like how we know that the days of the week is based off the Roman Greco calendar, and we know that it's based off of the planets. You get what I'm saying? So this is why we just have to deprogram ourselves when we see paganism and just start reprogramming ourselves with the things that we should be doing. And 15 said, and let them be for lights in the firmament of the heavens to give light upon the earth. And it was so. And God made 2 great lights, and the great lights to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. And he made the stars also. And God set them in the firmament of the heavens to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the 4th day. So this is what God created on the 4th day. So we have to understand as we're doing God's work, always put him first. The same just like, on the 6th day, on the 7th day was the Sabbath. Like today, well, yesterday was the Sabbath. And it said on Genesis 2:2 said, and on the 7th day, God ended his work which he had made, and he rested on the 7th day from his work which he had made. And God blessed the 7th day and sanctified it, because that in it he had rested from all his work which God created and made. And that just let us know as well, this is what he did. So this is why he sanctified his day, for those who understand that, God sanctified the Sabbath before it was already a command. than the Ten Commandments. And then we know that for Moses had fasted for 40 days and from sundown to sundown, he had came with the Ten Commandments. And that's when it says that Exodus 28 tell us to remember the Sabbath and keep it holy. You understand? And today, yesterday, as I shared Luke, I was bringing out about when Christ had crucified, 3 days before the Sabbath. It was a Wednesday. So I gave you those scriptures for you can read yourself, or you can see in the cross references as we see that, it was a Wednesday when he got crucified, and Thursday, Friday. And then as you see, as the lady from Gilead, she was telling her side of the story as well, too. But we already know that Mary and the other Mary was there in Matthew's. You get what I'm saying? So this is why we have to respect the Sabbath as well, too, because we know that Christ has resurrected on the Sabbath. And then that's when we're going to talk about that as well, too. But then that's when disciples saw him today on the Sunday, later after the sundown. You get what I'm saying? So just like how you see me right now, after the Sabbath, it's a new day. But it might be 6 o'clock. Y'all might still say, no, but it's Saturday. But no, it's Sunday. To those that who doing God's work and in the fruits of the spirits, we know once the sundown is over with. You get what I'm saying? So we in a new day. We're not waiting till no 12 o'clock. And this is how you should be as well too in your fruits of the spirits. So I'm gonna close this out. Once again, for those who 50 and up, join us in Health Structure this whole month. I did those. I did a little video for those in the members only as well too. I have two separates of flesh desires. And when it comes down to flesh desires, I said that, what the flesh desires, eliminating the trolls. So everything that you see on here, like when it comes down to God's word, is going to be public. But everything else dealing like with my wife and I doing our exercises, there's no more of that public. Stop all the trolling, stop all those that, who come in here with their Lord desires, saying they look creepiest things. And this is why we say that, the world have to understand that, it's creeps out here. And the more that, people don't understand that, if you're not going to confront them, they're going to be out here just lurking and just doing what they do. You feel me? So this is why, you just have to just change things, because, we already know what the world is going to do. But at the same time, you have to just break yourself off. So, and I just look at it like this, we all pay for things. If you pay for lights, gas, and all this type of things, food necessities like that, 99 cents, 199, that's nothing when it comes down to your health. You get what I'm saying? You can't never put a price on your health. You feel me? But you can put a price on, just eliminating these things from those who love to be trolls and doing Satan work. So, and we already know about the serpent. Genesis 3 tells us about the serpent. But let me close out. God loves you. You are a treasured possession. Your name is written in the palm of his hand. He knows the number of hairs on your head. He has a good plan for your life, and he's going to love you forever. And always remember that God has a plan for all those that who woke up this morning, who challenged themselves, who kept God's commandments by respecting the Sabbath. And, and just keep on planting seeds in your household and those that are outside your household. God gonna keep loving us forever. So let's start this week off. I'm feeling blessed. Start your resolution as well too. And we got 16 more days. So start your resolution. Cleanse and detox. Put on some white this whole month. When you see us with white on, that's what we doing. We cleansing and detoxing. Come in on 25 feeling blessed, alive, waking up, receiving breath of life as well too. So y'all do the same as well. And man, peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Okay, I talked to you outside. I understand it now. Oh, okay. A lot of people might come in here don't understand what I'm talking about. So once you start, just listening, and that's the only thing that we need to do, just listen. And then once you listen, never knowing, you might a seed might plant in you and be like, I'm Kevin. You say peace and blessings, Savage. I was just there in the script so much in just those first 7 verses. And what you talking about? Or fear monger or science, when really it's all Good for one with God. I don't know what you're talking about, Kev. But peace and blessings to you, Kev. How you be? Yes, sir. Man, I know I'm about to crank this. I'm about to crank my little cardio. My calisthenics up. I feel like doing some pull-ups. So I'm gonna go outside to the park. I hope that it's light out there. I don't feel like doing it in the house. I'll give my wife some time to you know, ease her mind, and rest her soul, because we was out here. And like I said, on Saturdays, really Thursday through Saturday, we really don't be on here like this, because we do be out there in the world, planting seeds. We do come on YouTube. Y'all see us every day, but we also be out in the world as well too. And like I said, I don't like to be, showing that type of stuff, because to me, I don't want to, when you do blessings, you don't do things to show things off like in your pride. You understand? You don't have to show that you're giving people turkeys and you doing this. You don't have to do all that. You feel me? Those who do that, they're the ones who want that pride and want you to praise them. When you're doing God's work, you're just doing it. You feel what I'm saying? So that's why you just plant seeds on here, and you plant seeds out there of those that you encounter. Because like I said, when you see those outside, and there's a lot of people always had their head down, but you might hear a voice come from King Motivator saying, "Lift your head up, my good brother. How you doing?" I catch your attention, and that's how I catch people's attention. Because there's a lot of people out here in their lowest time in life, and we have to understand that there's a lot of people out here on drugs. There's a lot of people out here with their mental health issues. A lot of people out here with their physical health issues. But the more that we walk past each other, the more that we be in that state of mind of depression. And this is where, to me, when you having a sincere heart, man, that's the only type of blessing that I would love to receive. That's more than money. Money can make things happen for you, but when you being sincere from your heart, man, that's priceless. You understand? So we have to always stop just selling our soul for $1, and always just be thinking about just the passion side, and having compassion. And this is what the world lack. The world lack compassion. Everybody out here in this world is not messed up. But the reason why we are messed up, because we don't rely on our faith structure. Because we always just put everything in our own hands and be like, I got this. But sometimes we can't say, I got this. That's why we always have to deprogram from being programmed when we got downtime. You feel what I'm saying? And as you see that, you might be in your lower state, that's God giving you a sign for you to wake yourself up. That's why he put you on that lower state. But if you in that lower state and you know that you always got your hand out, always saying, woe is me, and you always taking, but you're not giving back, that lets you know that you just out here just panhandling. And you don't want to change. So that's what you wake up doing, just always just begging. Like those who come on YouTube, had their kids in their lap, say some God scriptures, and always ask for money. And people shouldn't be sending people money like that, because there's always a way for you to feed your family. You should never come on YouTube talking about something, I don't have no food in my house. But y'all should have like a soup kitchen at your in your city. If not, that's why the city should come together and have like soup kitchens and things like that for those that who's out here in this world who taking the L. And then people have to stop being in their pride. Always want to come on here asking for a few dollars, and you already know that no few dollars is not going to add up. So this is why we have to get out of our situation to the things that we in. You get what I'm saying? But a lot of people always just have their woe is me with their hand out. And you can't keep on just filling their hands up. You got to push that hand back. You can't keep on just praying for someone. They got to pray for themselves. So this is why like a lot of people be like, you can't pray for me. No, you have to pray for yourself. Because, I really don't know you, but I can say a prayer for you, but you have to change within. You have to sacrifice. Prayers is not going to be answered if you know that you're not making amends to the ones who that you know that you should be making amends with. You get what I'm saying? So this is how we evolve. You feel me? So this is a new week, week 3. Week 3, challenge yourself. Always understand that, as we stay humble, don't cast stones at nobody, don't judge nobody, none of that. But we can go off of what flesh is doing out here when it comes down to abomination. What you hear me talking about, I just talk about mental, physical, and spiritual. That's it. But not once I would never come on here talking about, Kevin, you need this, because I don't know what you need to do with yourself. You know what you need to do. So that's why I say I'm not a teacher. But I do expose things that I see that, when those out here is doing misleading. You get what I'm saying? So just rather plant that seed, because once you start calling yourself a teacher, that's when somebody's going to look at you and start idolizing you. And we don't want none of that idolized. Don't worship us. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I always say that we're not a teacher. Because once you start worshiping a teacher is just like a priest, just like a pastor. Just like those that you see who be on here, just be, they call themselves captains and all this, and they got these ranks. Everybody on here, we all sinners. We all sinners, so we can correct ourselves. The only thing I say on here that let's work ourselves up out of our flesh desires, because that's not going to hear. So that's why you always hear me quoting Galatians. I don't just going to be just quoting all the other scriptures. I'm always quoting Galatians for people can understand your flesh desires, and that's not going to hear the kingdom of God. And then once that you correct that, then that's when you go down to 22 and 23, and you see the 9 fruits of the spirits. And if you know that you don't know how to love, joy, peace, and all that long suffering things like that, and let you know that you don't have the fruits of the spirits in you. Because a lot of people think they have fruits of the spirits in them, but they don't. Because if you can let the littlest thing trigger you off, if you know that you still let the littlest thing trigger you off, you're not in the fruits of the spirits, you're still in your flesh desires. Now, once that you can learn that the littlest thing don't trigger you off, that let you know that you evolve. You get what I'm saying? And that's facts too. But like I said though, Kev, I'm gonna say like with me and you. I'm not trying to go back then. Just like I was telling you about one of your little what's it called? You got in your feelings and told me that I ain't know you. You get what I'm saying? Next thing I know, you unfollowed, and then you did what you did, and that was it. Now you back. But like you see, I'm still saying the same. I'm not gonna change. You get what I'm saying? And that's why I would be saying to people like, we can't always be in our feelings, because sometimes, the words that we be saying about God's words, how we should be changing, that's not hurting nobody's feelings. That should embrace a person like, yeah, I do have my physical, mental, and my spiritual unbalance. But not once I can't tell you, well, you know what, Kev, you ain't doing this right, you ain't paying your bills. I'm not gonna come on here and do that. I'm not going to come on here tearing somebody down. And if I know I'm up here, relying on this every day, because I know I deal with my mental, physical, and spiritual balance. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I keep it balanced. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I say, like, nobody shouldn't be out here judging no one. But if you do see someone and they flesh desires, that's when you have to tell, hey, Kev, I saw you in flesh desires. You got to strengthen that. And if you see me in my flesh desires, I want you to tell me the same way as well, too. I'm not going to say, you know what, Kev, don't tell me what to do. I'm a grown man. I'm 51 years old. You get what I'm saying? That's what people do. So that's why I shared the story the other day that when I was shopping, lady was just saying she's 70-something years old, but she's trying to read me my rights. You know what I'm saying? Because she saw me have some jogger pants on inside out. And I was just like, wow. People just always want to critique some clothes, but they don't want to critique this or God's words. And then once you start talking about, I said, do you believe in God? Yes. Oh, I'm an ordained minister and all this. Woo, 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 woo. But now you want to talk about your religion beliefs. And people have to understand religion is a man-made beliefs. That's it. The religion is the one who changed this whole Bible. This is a history book. But as we see that, as the world got in hold to this and it just switched over, so this is why you have to dissect this Bible with those that, who believe in that, Christ is white, those who praising to the white Christ, and y'all shouldn't be praising to that because it don't describe him in this Bible. And then like when you say things like that, you Christians and whoever, y'all get into y'all feelings about that. But how can y'all get in y'all feelings about that if God tell us in here that don't take from his word or change his word? How can y'all get in feelings with those who say this every time, but y'all won't never stand on God's words? Y'all always want to stand on flesh words. You get what I'm saying? So we have to understand that, you have to deprogram yourself with this paganism, because that's an idol. That Christ is an idol that y'all looking at. That Christ that y'all have on that cross, that's an idol. That's not the real Christ. And y'all have to understand that's paganism. You have to stop embracing them type of things. Same like I was talking about with Santa Claus or Kris Kringle. I don't care what nobody say. If you saw an old man in your house with some toys with your kids, the first thing will come to your mind is like, hey, come on. So we got to quit with all these stories. Same like with these cartoons that they making now. They got cartoons showing the kids to, it's all right for a boy to kiss a boy, a girl to kiss a girl. But it don't say that in here. You understand what I'm saying? So this is why we have to stop always letting the flesh, keep on changing things, and y'all keep going off of it. This abomination. That's a sickness.
What people don't understand is this is why the world is messed up right now, because the world have a mental health issue. Everybody do. But nobody don't want to confront their mental health issues because they always want to point the finger at you. I'm the one who's strange because I'm sitting up here telling everyone we need to wake up. So I'm the strange one. You get what I'm saying? But I'm not pressed about no views, none of them type of things. And I still say it to this day. I'm still not gonna say hit that like button, subscribe, none of that. Nobody on here is no subscribers who come in here. I don't look at people like that. Other people look at y'all like that. Let me stop saying y'all. We got kings and queens on this channel, and I just want those just to understand themselves. I'm not on here to try to get support off of you. But I would love to have some support when it comes down to us, breaking bread, doing God's work. You understand what I'm saying? Because God gonna guide us to some money. You get what I'm saying? So like I said, YouTube, yeah, they pay for the ads and things like that. But I will never ask nobody on here for no money, because I'm not on here for none of that. You get what I'm saying? But I don't knock those who on here who got this for a hustle. Well, not a hustle, but making a living off of it. But I just still say that if those that who making a living off of it, I hope that you showing some type of enlightenment besides destruction. And then that's all we see on here. People just come on here, just talk about some old war stories, gang stuff, this, that, embracing trauma, and it's sad. But when we talk like this, having a heart to heart, people don't want to see this. You barely get a view. But somebody getting their butt kicked and drugged down the street by their hair, man, it's a million people up in there. Especially everybody watching Karens. Everybody a Karen and Kenneth, where they want to be. But people get off just watching Karens and all that other stuff. And that's nonsense. It's just that people just fed up. So that's why you see people just triggering off. Because a lot of people go to work, take their job serious. Some people don't want to be there. Some people who there at the job, they unclean. So they might be in there putting stuff in your food. You have to understand, people out here have sickness in their mind. So you just don't know what the next person might be thinking. Somebody might have some fruit and might put pins all in it. And then you might buy that fruit, and then when you bite into it, you got pins all in your mouth. People be walking down they showed it on YouTube, people walking in Walmart spitting all in juices and putting it back on the shelf. You get what I'm saying? Like, people out here just doing the most unsanitary things. But nobody not saying nothing about that. But when somebody stand up here talking about God's words and things like this, now people want to come in here, rebuke us, saying this and saying that, but never going there to all them channels that y'all see with abomination. So besides always running into the ones that who see them doing God's work, run into the ones who doing abomination as well too, and be casting, them stones that what people be saying up in here. You get what I'm saying? But my bad, man. Let me get off of here. Let me start by a little motivation, because I'm motivated right now. You feel me? And I say this though as well. Those who have health issues, if you aching, do what you can. I just saw the doctor on Friday. I posted it in the one thing, but people might really understand what I was talking about. But if you know that you have health issues, and if you know that you in real and excruciating pain, go and get yourself checked out. Don't keep on hurting yourself, because that's what happened to me. I was just pumping for the last 3 years, and I know I should have stopped when the doctor told me to, but I didn't. I just kept doing it for another whole year, because I had in my mind when I was 376, I had to get down to I wanted to get to 270, but the doctor told me 300 before they could have surgery on my knees. You get what I'm saying? But I was like, no, let me get down to 270 for just in case I do have surgery. I don't want to pick that weight back up. You get what I'm saying? So it took me 3 years to get down from last year to 262. You feel what I'm saying? And it just like, it was a blessing. So I'm just saying, for those that, who have health issues, things that, you might can barely use your feet, your hands or whatever, just do what you can. Don't just sit up there and pop opioids. Get off them opioids. Fruits and veggies will help you out. I juice a lot, but lately I haven't juiced because my juicer had broke. And right now I ain't bought one because we're in the transformation, getting a house. And I was saying that the other day to you, Kevin, So right now I was like, I know I need a juicer, but right now it's trying to switch over and get another roof over our head. Because I had shared on here with Kevin the other day that people see us on YouTube and then somebody came over here to the house, and it was just like, now I want to switch things up because I see that I did expose where we stay at. And a lot of people know where we at. You get what I'm saying? And I don't want nobody coming over here on some other things, So you always have to be safe, because, you don't know what the next person might be on. You get what I'm saying? So if somebody can see you on here, next thing you know, they knocking on your door, and that was a lot of guts for that person to knock on your door. You get what I'm saying? So, hey, King, you said good to see you again. Many blessings to you and Queen. Hope you guys are doing well, man. How you doing, John? Peace and blessings, my good brother. Everything is well. The Sabbath just ended, as you see. I'm about to crank this little routine up. Just had a little heart-to-heart and just sharing some good motivation. And like I said, once again, for those as well, too, it's time to switch things up when you know that when you're in your comfort zone, sometimes you got to get out your comfort zone because you just don't know. People will be watching, and people watch, and they might think things, and a lot of people might think that you might be more blessed than them, and then that's how tragics happen. You get what I'm saying? Because people are always watching, but people don't never want to take the initiative to see how you got there before they can get there as well too. Besides doing the cheat code. And the cheat code to me is just about watching someone, and then while you watch them, then you plotting on them. You get what I'm saying? So I always say this to those who come on here on YouTube: stop showing your money, stop showing your body, and stop having your kids on here selling their soul, because there's pedophiles and things like that on here. Your kids will get snatched up because it's easy to get misled on here. You understand? And I always say that, when kids come in here, I always guide them, let them know as well too. If y'all don't have that faith structure in the house, ask your mom or your father, sit down with the Bible. You get what I'm saying? Because down you see kids, that's where they at. They on the internet because they don't have no house, no house structure. So no family structure in the house, like by doing chores and things like this, and the parents is in your kids' phones. Y'all need to start checking up on your kids' phones as well too, and see what they're doing. Because you don't want nobody misleading your kids. And I'm at the house, and next thing you know, now your kid in another state somewhere because somebody on YouTube told them to come on over here because they had just showed them some money and talking about some cars and how they can do this and do that. You get what I'm saying? So you have to understand that this internet, this social media is real. It's good and it's bad. So this is why we plant seeds on here as well, because we know that it's a lot of Satan serpents on here. So wherever that where Satan serpents at, and those who do God's work, that's where you're supposed to be at. Don't just come on here just for your pleasure. You come on here to do God's work. You feel me? That's how you receive your blessings, by doing God's work. Don't come on here talking about you need this and you need that. God gonna bless you to get that. So deprogram from being programmed. Check us out on tonight as well too in Bible study. I'm about to go out here and hit me some do me some pull-ups. That's how I feel right now. I'm motivated. You feel me? So peace and blessings. And if y'all here tonight, King Motivated love you. God love us. Let's start our week off being in tune with our health structure and our faith structure. And once again, for those who have health issues, go get yourself checked out before the year come in, so you can know what's going on with you. You say, I know that my boy 12, he was playing Roblox, and there was two very obvious petties on, and that's what I'm saying. The same like with them video games. You have to separate your kids. Just like I say this to anyone. If you have kids, you should never have your kids on Grand Theft. Your kids should never be playing no Grand Theft Auto. Your kids should be never playing no Call of Duty. Because first of all, like in that Grand Theft, they show a lot of stuff up in there. And they showing things in there with sexual things and all that as well too. You get what I'm saying? So this is why, if a parent is not supervising or showing instruction with their kid, your kid's gonna be out here and they will get tempted, because this is what the day era that we in. We in the computer era. You feel me? So I appreciate it, and I catch you on the next one. And like I said, deprogram from being programmed. And I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. Peace and blessings and shalom.